Hey everyone, and welcome to another bonus episode of On a Water Break With, where we spotlight the incredible people shaping the marching arts. From performers to designers to educators, we're here to learn from their stories and find out what keeps them coming back season after season. This time, we go on a water break with two amazing performers dealing with the new world of social media during the competition season.
8 off the mat and go.
Welcome to On a Water Break, the podcast where we talk everything marching arts.
Everyone, bring it in.
It's time for a water break. Hey everyone, it's Jackie, and I'm super excited to be doing this bonus episode with you. Before we get started, though, don't forget to follow us at On a Water Break. Subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps others in the activity to find us and join in on the conversation. I am not on the sidelines alone today. Joining me is the amazing Nicole.
Yeah. How are ya?
I am good. I had some sun this morning, so I'm all ready for rehearsal though. Look at me go.
Oh, you're rosy-cheeked. Yes. Love that for you. I have not gotten outside as much as I should, and I'm going to be on tour a lot this summer, so yeah.
Get that base tan going before you go on tour. That's going to be like my best advice. Make sure you have a base tan, otherwise you're going to have some funky lines.
I'm going to have funky lines anyway, girl. This melanin don't hide from nothing, okay?
Oh, we were just saying before we started that this is our first time in a long time having guests for Nicole and me to talk to. So we're very excited to get talking to our guests. Let's go ahead and bring them in. They are performers who are not just performing at the highest level, in WGI, DCI. They are also living a double life because they are performing on the floor and online. So one of them has a huge following and is bringing that Fantasia fierce, and the other is dancing her way through Alta, Marea, the University of Alabama, and she is carrying the weight of a family legacy in drum corps. I can't even imagine.
Please welcome to the podcast, Max Marr and Piper Click. Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Okay, so just so you know, and Jackie, I hope you're okay with me going right into this. This is my favorite, I guess you could say, jump on in. This is my favorite game to play with all of the guests that come on. And I say game, but it's more for our benefit than yours. But it's called the 32 Count Life Story. But what you need to do is just put your whole life story into 32 counts, and we'll even give you the Met to go off of. It's so easy. Okay. So Max, we'll have you go first, all right?
Okay, I'm ready.
So we'll give you 8 counts off the Met, and then you're in.
Okay. So I started color guard when I was 9. My parents got me my own equipment, and I just practiced on my own. And then I started high school color guard at Ramona High School, and I did 2 years there, my 8th grade and 9th grade. And then I went to Chula Vista High School, and I did 10th and 11th grade. And then I graduated from Eastlake High School and did color guard there as well. And I did fall and winter for all 5 of those. And then I went to Fantasia for 2023, 2024, 2025. And then I did Blue Devils this past summer and Blue Devils this upcoming summer.
That was so good. That was so good.
Thank you.
I heard the tempo speed up, and I'm just like, did you write that down?
I did. I have notes.
That's okay.
He comes prepared.
Exactly. If there's a cheat, you do it.
Right.
You
like
do it.
if I don't have them, I'll just start yapping.
We've had that before. We've had
On
that.
this show, never.
All right. So Piper, same rep, just different stuff.
Right.
Awesome. Here we go.
Okay, so my parents are very involved in the marching arts, so I grew up all around it, but I actually started dancing when I was 2 and did competitive dance from 1st grade to 12th grade. Started color guard in 8th grade and did it all high school. did Blue Devils the summer between my junior and senior year. And then when I decided on college, I wanted to go to the University of Alabama. So I now do fall with them, and Alta Marea is connected to that with their winter guard. So now I'm doing Blue Devils and Alta Marea.
Very good. She got it. She got it.
Nice.
It's so funny you like no one started sweating or having like moments. So very nice. Very nice
We
job.
are dealing with super professionals between the social media followings and the color guard experience. So
It's showing. It's showing. Okay, so I want to start my question part off with like, so we start this season, it just finished up. So just tell us about, and I'll take this to Max. Tell us about how was it for you? And more specifically, once you reached Dayton and you were inside like the beast, that's the UD arena, like how was it seeing everyone and how was it with people coming up to you? How was that?
Well, of course, the season with Fantasia was great. I had a great time as always, my third year with them. When it comes to being in the UD, that's my favorite place to perform, actually. So I was super excited to be there. And with everybody coming up to me, honestly, that was my favorite part of the entire trip. Like, just feeling somebody behind me try to stick a clip on me, really just entertaining. And then getting to meet them was even more fun.
All right, Piper. So how was that for you?
Yeah, Dayton was great for me. It was Alta Maria's first year in world class, so we knew it was going to kind of be a beast of WGI, but it ended up really great. We had two really great runs in the arena, and I mean, we ended two places out of finals, which is crazy for our first year, and I think that's all we could ask for. But we were all super proud of everything. I think it's weird people coming up to me. It's kind of hard to wrap my head around people knowing who I am, but it was super fun meeting everybody and taking pictures with people and getting clipped and all of that. It was super, super fun.
So we're in between seasons right now, but let's kind of talk about what does a typical week during your competition season look like for you? So you're trying to balance rehearsal and travel, creating content, and just like your normal life stuff. Because like, aren't we in school at this point too? Something. So Piper, let's start with you. What's that look like for you?
Yeah, so I am a full time student, so I have class every single day. Alta Maria's rehearsal schedule is we go Wednesday night, Friday night, Saturday night, or all day Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. Once competitions start, sometimes we get Sundays off just to prepare for school the next day since we all are full time students. But Max also vlogged this season. I did vlogs every weekend this season on my spin account. So did that over the weekend and then would try to edit those and get those up by Monday while juggling school. And we have video assignments. So we filmed those during the week and all of that. It was a lot, but once I kind of into a routine, it all worked out pretty well.
Wow. Max, how was your week?
So, one of my favorite parts about Fantasia actually is that we just have our rehearsals for the weekends. So we rehearse Friday nights and then we rehearse on Saturdays and Sundays all day. If we have a regional, we would rehearse in the mornings and then we would get ready and then go to the regional at the night time. It was pretty easy for me to make my weekly schedule work with that because I could just have my day-to-day life during the week and then Fantasia on the weekends. And then everything with social media, just a fun little extra thing that came with that. And I just got to do it along the way.
Okay. Okay. Your fun little thing, you guys, just so you know, is like what made me, of course, performing with Ultima Marea and with Fantasia, but like your social media made you blow up with all the people that you saw. So it's just like, oh, it's a fun thing. That's so great. Max, I do want to ask, or just we all know that your audience is huge. So do you ever feel pressure to post certain type of videos or content just to keep that engagement high? And when you're tired or frustrated or not in a good mood, like, is that harder or do you just not do it? Like, just tell me a little bit about that.
But I don't really feel any pressure to post a certain type of content. If you Well, I started my Instagram about 2 years ago now, and if you go all the way back to day one, the content from there to now is about the same because I just make what I enjoy. I just do trick tosses. I added on the TikTok and YouTube thing because I thought it'd be fun to do some little vlogs. Like, even since Dayton has been over, I've gone back and I've watched all my vlogs and I was like, oh, that was so fun. Like, that was a fun moment this year. So really, it's just for the fun of me, and I'm glad people enjoy.
A lot of people enjoy
Well,
it.
but that's like the best thing, though, isn't it? Like when you're just creating content from your normal life that you're doing the stuff you love to do, that's what people connect with. And that's why they're so drawn to your social media because you're just doing what you love. You're not out there like trying to be a fake influencer or something. You're like, this is just what I love to do. This is what I do in my life. I'm just going to share it with people.
Right, that's the best part.
I think it's safe to say we can call you both color guard influencers. It's not because you have to be top exactly. It's not because you have to be, the top or elitist or anything like that, but it's just like, hey, you love doing color guard, you put it online and hey, people can relate.
Yeah.
Love it. So Piper, I know I keep going back and forth with the same question, but actually same thing. Like if you're too tired, because you have a really tough schedule. Like I love that you're sitting here like, yay. But I know sometimes she's probably like, I'm so tired. So like how do you get videos out when you're feeling like, hey, I want a nap?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I just record whatever, and if I'm going to practice one day and I'm like, oh, this toss is kind of cool, I'll record it and post it on my story because why not? And the vlogs on the weekend, I was just going to film show days and then people enjoyed them. So I was like, okay, why not do a whole rehearsal weekend and more things like that? But it was literally just, I was going through my day like normal and would pull out my phone, and my friends started to enjoy like being in them and looking forward to watching them, that like after the weekend was over, just to look back on everything we did. And it also was just a fun thing that I did. And I mean, I don't post every single day, which is totally fine, but it's just kind of when I feel like it, and I like that people enjoy them.
Very cool. Very cool.
Your story, Piper, is so unique too. So often you have been positioned as the face of the group that you are in. I saw you on social media so much this season, not just your own social media, but I feel like you were everywhere. So what does that feel like? What is that like? And do you ever feel like this is like a responsibility that you just had to take on and didn't really ask for?
Yeah, sometimes I don't feel like I'm like the face of the group, but I think I have an advantage of having like many years of dance training. And so I think that's just another responsibility that I can bring to the color guard world, which is amazing. And I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that come with that. But I also have like, there's weaknesses in other areas. So I will get help from my weapon friends and I help them with dance. So I think it also is kind of nice that we can bounce off of each other. But usually going into shows, I never really think about like, oh, this is going to be recorded and going to be posted everywhere, which I think helps. But it's always super cool to just be scrolling and see me on some like flow marching video or something. I think it's super cool. But again, I'm so grateful for all the responsibilities that come with being the dancer that I am.
All right, so this is for both of you. You both have a lot of visibility, but from different angles. What's the biggest misconception that people have about your experience because of how much they see you online? And whoever wants to answer first can.
Just jump.
For me, my main visibility is my social medias where I post like a lot of trick tosses and little pieces of choreography. And for like social media, obviously, I want to post my best. I think people don't realize that I don't mess up, or like I mess up like all the time. Like
That
I'll
was the
mess
other
up.
question I was going to ask you is just like, is that the first take or is that the 30-second take?
It really depends. Like sometimes it will be the 1 to 3 takes, or sometimes it will be like 100. there's a lot of time. I've done like 100 takes. I mess up a lot, and then obviously in performances, you get one shot. So uh, I'm not going to be perfect, but I try my best.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, obviously I don't post as many like tricks and things, but I'm, I talk to my mom a lot about I'm so normal and like a college girl and living my own life with this full schedule. And so I think it's hard to see just through social media that like I am more than just the dancer color guard girl. Like I have this whole life and I'm just a member of a team like everybody else. I started my freshman year of high school, so I have not been doing this super long, color guard specifically. So I think sometimes people don't realize, like, oh, I've been doing color guard the same amount of years that she has, and like I'm on a team just like she is, that kind of thing.
So just for my personal, like, I just want to know where you guys are coming from. What inspired you to start posting? Because I know sometimes it can be really hard to put yourself out there, especially when you're young. You said you started color guard when you were in high school, and you said you started spinning max when you were like 9. So what inspired you to start wanting to share that with the world versus just keeping it to yourself? And then like what inspired like vlogging and all of the the tricks and everything you guys are putting out there?
I think my start came 2 years ago. I wasn't marching the summer, and I just made max spins and decided that I was going to try to post as much as possible, mostly to keep myself on track to make sure I practiced over the summer because I was working a lot and trying to save up for the next season of Fantasia. So I just wanted to make sure that I kept myself on track and made sure I was working on my technique and working on tricks and like making little pieces of choreography so I could stay on track.
So like accountability for
Yeah,
yourself, not just for your
Oh,
staff.
I love
yeah.
that.
And then it just turned into this big thing, and I love that I get to share with everybody.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
for me, I didn't make my spin account until only about a year ago, and a bunch of my friends have spin accounts, and I just never really thought that I was kind of good enough to post me spinning and doing tricks and things. And then I kind of got like not FOMO from them posting on their spin accounts, but I wanted to start posting me doing like part of my audition routine or whatever. And I decided to make it and it got a lot of followers really fast. So I was like, okay, this is worth it. And then for like the vlogging, I for some reason have always just loved making videos of myself just since like middle school. I had a little camera in middle school and would vlog random things. So I've just kind of always been like that. And then whenever the season started to pick up and it was like kind of a monumental season for Alta Marea, I just decided that I wanted to start vlogging and that I would post them on my spin account just so I would have more content to post, and it just worked out really well.
Honestly, that's so perfect. Like it's such a genuine, like I was saying before, it's that genuine, that passion for the activity. I love it. And that's what
They
pushed
are
you
the
to
youth for the ages too, or like for this time. That's what the youth are doing. Youth. Oh,
the youths.
the youth.
All right, guys, let's we'll be right back from after a word from our sponsors.
Celebrating its 25th anniversary, Guard Closet was founded as a consignment shop in 2000. Since then, it has grown to become your one-stop shop for the marching arts.
Do you need consignment uniforms and flags for your color guard, marching band, or drumline? We have thousands of sets of consignments in stock and ready to ship.
Do you need show design and custom choreography? Our designers have years of experience in the marching arts.
Do you need to sell your items and clear out your storage areas? We take in more than 600 sets of consignments each year and return hundreds of thousands of dollars to our consigners for their sales.
Do you need to have your students order shoes, gloves, and other equipment? We can set up a microsite for easy student ordering of a wide variety of items.
Do you need custom costumes or flags? We can help get you great designs from our team through top vendors like Show Day Designs.
You listen to our podcast on a water break. Weekly episodes and bonus content keep you entertained and informed with what's going on in the marching arts.
For over 25 years, Guard Closet has been here to help. Check us out at guardcloset.com or follow us on social media.
All right, everybody, roll those flags up. Max is going to be teaching you some more tricks after our next water break. So bring it on over here. Nicole, you want to take it away with the next question?
Absolutely. So I want to talk legacy. Piper, this is for you, bub. All right. So how was it growing up with drum corps legends as parents? Shape the way that you handle expectations and everything, like, and from others and from yourself. I will tell you, I used to work with your dad at Monarch.
I love that. Honestly, growing up, I knew no different. I literally, from the day that I was born, was at indoor rehearsals and going to see drum corps over the summer and all of that. But I think most of the pressure I put on myself because I know that there's all these people that I probably have no idea who they are, but they know me through my parents. And especially having parents that know what I'm doing and know what's hard and know if I have a good show or not. Just getting off the floor after having a good run and them telling me that it was a good run, I know that it actually was because they know what they're talking about. And if one of my grandparents came to watch a color guard show and I dropped 5 times, they would still think that I had an amazing show because they're proud of me no matter what, which my parents are too, but they also have the expectation because they know exactly what I'm doing and how it's supposed to look and all of that kind of stuff. But I think I mostly put that pressure on me, on myself. They are proud of me no matter what and no matter how my show goes.
That's cool. That's great. Honestly, too, I was thinking about that. I was like, I understand that the pressure, you put the pressure on, but honestly, I think it comes from a place of this is how hard you have to work in order to be this good. So they give you that expectation right up. But it's also nice to see Mama and Papa come in and be like, oh, baby doll, that was so good. Yes. But that's cute. I like that. That's awesome.
Max, let's hit the flip side to the fame. So have there been any moments where your social media presence has created friction either with your teammates or your staff, your own performance mindset, your schedule?
I wouldn't say so. All of my teams have been really supportive of me being on social media. Fantasia, they let me vlog at rehearsal all the time. All the group loves to be in the vlogs and stuff. And I'm able to make trick videos and I'm really excited to just do more of that over the summer with B because I didn't vlog last summer. So I'm excited to do that this summer.
So your social media personality and reputation has never made you late for anything?
No.
Not even in the souvenir. I'm calling you out. You got to share the story here.
Yeah, so I believe it was semifinals day. I was in the merch tent and I was in the very back of it. And it was about 5 minutes before we had to be on the bus to change into our costumes. And I started making my way to the front door. And about every 2 feet, I would be stopped for a photo. So it took me about 20 minutes to get from the back to the front of it. And then I was late to my bus and I had 1 minute to put on my costume, which was a little bit stressful, but I really enjoyed getting to meet everybody. So it was definitely worth it. I would do it again.
Good thing you didn't have a huge extravagant costume,
That's true.
Just
yeah, we had the bits and pieces, but otherwise it was pretty easy.
Not like a big elaborate hair thing you had to do.
Right.
Ooh, buddy, that would have been bad. Piper, I knew I was just talking about pressure and stuff like that, but this is also a question that I'm asking you, but also because you're so young, this could be so for, younger folks coming into the independent, coming from Scholastic into independent too. But Is there any pressure on you to be perfect? So when mistakes happen online or on the floor, how do you recover mentally, emotionally, and publicly?
Yeah, usually just keep working hard. Like the next week, if I have a bad show on the weekend, I will put in extra work time throughout the week on my own. I don't really publicize that kind of thing. But for like Alta Marea, we have video assignments. So maybe I'll submit a couple extra reps as my video assignment just so my staff knows that I'm working just that hard. And I mean, I'm just naturally really hard on myself. So I will put in the work to make it perfect the next week or whatever. But I also just have to tell myself, like, I'm going to get more reps before the next show just so I don't freak myself out and know that I am still capable of doing whatever it is that I like messed up on or whatever.
Got you. Max, same question.
I mean, yeah, there is definitely a lot of pressure with it. Actually, like in Fantasia 2024, I would get like a lot of show anxiety going into shows. I'd be super nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I cried before a few of them too, even. But I think like recently, like starting with BD, I don't know what it was, but I was never really nervous going into a show this summer. It might have just been the reps. It might have been just how drum corps is. But then Fantasia, I was definitely a lot less nervous this season. And I just kept telling myself that nobody wants to see me mess up. Nobody wants to see me like crash out or anything. So everybody's just here to see me do a great job. And that made me really excited to perform. And I just had a lot more fun on the floor.
Do you feel like the social media interactions helped with that song? Because a lot of them are so positive and uplifting.
Yeah, I think it really did, like meeting a lot of people, especially like in the UD. We would go, before we went to perform, we'd go in and just watch a few shows. And of course, during that, I would meet a bunch of people. So it was really great to like talk to a bunch of people who were really positive and really great to meet before I had to go on and do my performance.
So let's get into the DMs. We want to get down into the dirty parts of social media here. So what's the weirdest or most surprising interaction that you have had, either online or in person, because of your social media presence?
No one's come up to you with like a doll that they've made of you, have they? Because if so, run really fast. That's not normal.
I personally have not had any like super crazy interactions in person, at least. I always think it's funny when people DM me and say, like, I don't know if you'll see this or I don't know if you'll respond because I'm not getting like a million DMs like some celebrity. Like, again, I'm so normal and literally just a girl at this point. But I do think it's funny when people kind of say like, I don't know if you're going to see this and I'm kind of scared to tell you this, but whatever. And of course, like I respond to everything that I see, just so that they know that I see that kind of stuff. And I appreciate them telling me that they love me and watch me and think that I'm great and all that stuff. But I haven't had any too crazy interactions.
Next.
That's got to be really cool though to get like your hype from your DMs though. I would love that.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I
hey,
love seeing all of them.
yeah. Yeah, what about you, Max? Any crazy stuff?
So when I was like a year ago when I had like less following or whatever, I would answer every DM and I would try to answer a lot of them. But the more popular you get, the weirder they get. So I have actually started backing off answering all the DMs. I do see like pretty much all of them, and a lot of them are really, really sweet. Just don't have enough time to answer every single one. And sometimes not opening the door for conversation is the best idea. Surprising DMs I've gotten are actually really positive ones from like people who I looked up to when it was first like starting color guard, like Heather Graham, Paul Scripps, Walter W, Vance Anderson. Like I gave Rosie Miller Queen a hug like at my rehearsal site prelims day. and I was like totally geeking out. So those are like the most surprising ones to me, seeing all those. It just like it brings me so much joy because I looked up to those people like crazy when I was younger.
I do love that.
All right, it's time now for What Are We Doing? This is the part of the show.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
So this is the part of the show where we call out something in the marching arts that makes us go, why are we still doing this? Or why aren't we doing this yet? So, Max and Piper, whoever wants to jump in first, what are we doing?
Okay, I can go first. I don't know if this is really a what are we doing, but this is kind of just my biggest pet peeve in the color guard world, is the different timelines on the floor, having to switch between horizontal and vertical, which I know sometimes it's just the venue and just kind of what we have to, but I personally hate a horizontal timeline. I wish they were all vertical, and I know we have to just do what you have to do depending on where it is, but I wish there would just be one and it would be vertical and we could do the same thing every show and it would be just way easier on everybody.
Agreed. And that whole like enter from the front or enter from the back or enter from the side or whatever. Just why can't it just always be the same?
Contest dynamics. But you know what? That's another side of me that we're not going to start getting into.
Nicole's like, I know why it has to be like this, but I also get your complaints.
They're noted.
What about you, Max? What are we doing?
So Piper talked about the floor. I'm going to talk about the ceiling. What are we doing with these white ceilings, especially at WGI regional sites? I know it's hard to get venues and stuff like that, but I think it would be best for the performers if we were able to have a ceiling that's not exactly like, but closest to what we're going to perform, like in the UD. So like a black ceiling and lights that aren't super crazy.
Most of those gyms, well, y'all know, I'm not sure how gyms are in California.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them, the WGI regional sites are pretty big. They're not like super small gyms, like local circuits usually use pretty small gyms.
Yeah.
They're usually pretty big, but the ceiling at some of them is a little crazy. Just a little bit.
Understandable.
I don't understand why. It's not like you have anything that's like white above your head that's spinning and could potentially injure you or anything, right?
Right.
There's been many times. This is a super small, like little story, but there was one time when I was performing with Patriots in upstate New York, and like every time a rifle would go to take a toss, they would look up and then have to shuffle to one side. And there was one time, one chick, she shuffled. I had to run around her. It was not enough room. We collided, busted out laughing. Like it was a terrible show, but we had so much fun.
You're going to say somebody got busted in the head. I was just like, oh.
No, we did get hit, but no one was like, ow, because I think we were laughing too hard.
Yeah, every show I went to.
Great job, everyone. Sit down. Gush and Go.
We just got in trouble.
For every show I went for my big saber toss, when we were setting up, I'd go stand in my spot and I'd look up and I'd go, oh, this isn't going to work. And then I'd scoot over and then look up again. Oh, this isn't going to work. And then by the end, when I found a spot, I'd be like 5 folds off my dot.
Yikes. All right, everybody, let's wrap things up on a high note. It is time for Gush and Go. So this is your moment to celebrate something that's bringing you
Great
joy.
job, everyone. Set your equipment down. Gush and Go.
Whether it's a student win, a personal milestone, or just something that is lighting you up about, what are you gushing about? So let's hear it.
I'll go first. For me, I'm just super excited to kind of see the future of Alta Marea now that we're in world class. We've gotten the first year over with. I'm just excited to see where we go. We have auditions this week actually for our fall guard, which is all members of Alta Marea, and we have the most we've ever had auditioning. We have 108. So
Woo!
yeah, so I'm excited to see just where the fall guard goes, because we all do, or most of us end up doing Alta Marea. So I think we're already set up so well for next year. And then, of course, I'm going into my 4th summer with the Blue Devils. So I'm super excited to get back doing that. We have April camp this weekend. So I'm excited to see everybody and get that rolling as well.
Can I clear up a rumor with you really quick? Because this has been coming up on my social media even lately too. They've been asking me, people have been telling me, and I've had to go back and say, no, that's not true. Is Alta Marea a female-only guard on purpose?
Not on purpose. We have just not had any males audition in the recent years, and I think our director just kind of has a standard for when a male does audition. She doesn't want somebody that can just toss super high and catch and maybe do something cool under it. Like, if we're going to have a male on the guard, we need somebody that's good body quality and can do more than just toss high and all of that, which I think should be the standard for every guy that does color guard. I think it's a great way to look at it. But we are not all female on purpose. We just took advantage of the fact that we were this year and made a statement with our show, First Year in World Class.
Gentlemen out there, you hear this? Go audition. Max, what are you gushing about?
So other than Blue Devils coming up and April camp this weekend, obviously I'm super excited about that, but I'm gushing about all the show reveals we are about to get. I love this part of the
Yes.
I love seeing everybody's show title, the little graphic they make for their social medias, and I love just like looking at it and guessing what it's going to be like. It's really fun to play like that little guessing game with it.
That's one of my favorites.
Hey, it's called Gush and Go, not Gush and Stay. Let's go.
Thank you, Nicole, for hosting with Piper and Max. Thank you guys so much for joining us and for sharing your heart and your work and your stories with us. I've been so happy to get to talk to you personally. Not that, just in case there's anybody out there who doesn't know, which hopefully everybody does, but if they don't, where can they follow you on social media?
Who wants to go first? I can go.
Go for it, Piper.
I have 2 Instagram accounts. My main is piper.k.click and my spin account is piper.spins. I'm just Piper Click on YouTube. My TikTok is the same as my Instagram. And you can find all the groups that I'm with through that.
You can follow me at maxspin.s on Instagram or TikTok, or maxspins on YouTube. And the groups I'm with, you can follow Fantasia Winter Guard on Instagram or the Blue Devils Color Guard on Instagram.
If you've got a question or a good topic to talk about, you can email us at onawaterbreakpodcast@gmail.com or find us on social media and DM us if you want to be on the show. We even have a form to fill out if you want to be a guest, and we love having people on the podcast. So check out that link in our bio on our social media, or just take out your phone, make a video, send it to us, and maybe we'll include you on the podcast. One more thing. Don't forget, we have a YouTube channel, so go and subscribe so you can see all of our lovely faces and other shenanigans. Also, before you close out of your podcast listening app, go subscribe, write us a review, and share this with a friend. Follow us on social media at On a Water Break, and we'll see you at the next rehearsal on a water break.
The On a Water Break podcast was produced by Jeremy Williams and Christine Reed. The intro and outro music was produced by Josh Lyda. To learn more, visit lydamusic.com. And until next time, thanks for tuning in.